Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. I am Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer, practicing law throughout the United States at our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. Hope you all are doing well. This is episode number 286. Oh my, 286 of the Immigration Answer Show. I am here with my good friend Huli. She is watching the boards. Go ahead and leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from, what you're doing, what's new in your world, whether you can stand any more of this exciting World Cup festivities. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. Soccer is here to stay. That's all I'll say about that. Just real quick, I want to let you know that there are people posing as us in our YouTube comments. They're asking you to get onto WhatsApp and talk to them. Do not do that. We should, there's our WhatsApp number, 314-526-3339. Look at Huli. She always knows what I'm just about to say. I appreciate that. I'm in a bad mood today. Someone very close to me got laid off from their job, and it's not because of performance. It's because their company is stupid and dumb. And this person was the highest ranking salesperson for the last 3 years, but she's also the newest hire. So therefore, this stupid company, not thinking about anything other than not being sued, has laid her off, and it's not good. And I'm pretty upset about it. So I've been sort of fired up today. I'm also completely hopped up on Diet Pepsi. I've been drinking Diet Pepsi sort of all day today, so I'm a little bit wired. But that's okay. That'll make for a fun show. I'm really happy to hear from all of you. Go ahead and get in the waiting room if you aren't there already, so that you can ask me whatever immigration-related questions that you want. Before I forget, I've been doing some intake calls, which I haven't done in a while, and I really enjoy doing intake calls. And I was just talking to someone who I think is going to hire us to handle their fiance case. He was transferred to me by our good friend Emma on the Leeds team, and his name is Miguel, and I told him I would give him a shout out on the show. So Miguel, thanks for calling in, and hope to get the chance to work with you. That would be fun, and we'd love to try to bring your fiance here from South America. Qatar's in the house. I wonder if Abdul went to any games. That would be fun. You know, my boys are really obsessed now about soccer, and the World Cup next time will be in the United States, including in Kansas City, which is just 4 hours from here. But they're making big plans. They wanted to see Egypt in the World Cup. They want to see America in the World Cup. And I'm sure all of our Argentine friends will want to come up for the World Cup. It's going to be in Mexico, Canada, and the United States. It should be a total blast. And as I mentioned, soccer has really taken hold in St. Louis. St. Louis, if you don't know, has a long history with soccer. It's the St. Louis University does great every year in soccer. The last time that the United States beat England in the World Cup was in 1950, and many of those players were from St. Louis. So St. Louis has a long and rich soccer history. And that's sort of some exciting stuff. I don't have much else to talk about, so go ahead and fill up the waiting room. I'm going to start with Hero. I see our old friend Hero in the waiting room, so I'll start with him. Hi, Hero.
Hi, how are you?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm not really good.
Yeah, I know. You're waiting on that travel document. I sent you an email. Did you get the email I sent you?
Did you send it now?
I sent it like an hour ago.
I didn't check it yet. I will check it after this.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I just sent it this morning because I was very upset. I feel that for real. So, as you advised me, I tried to contact USCIS. They just, the computer answered me. I found link to live chat on their website. Someone talked to me on the website and asked him I need to schedule an appointment for InfoPass. And he said, no, we don't do InfoPass for I-131.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I need to see immigration officer. Are you agents? He said, no, I'm just customer service. What you need, let me know your case. I said, I can't disclose that information to you because you are not agent. You are not immigration officer. So I need to talk to immigration officer. He said, no, I can't do that for you. And he said, give me your case number. I give him case number. He said, date of birth. When I give him my date of birth, he said, sorry, man, your date of birth doesn't match the system here. I'm very sure it matches, but just like that was the trick he using. And he advised me to go online and file request to update my date of birth, which I did. And I got an email from them like 2 days later. They said the officer will review date of birth at the time he gonna review the application. So I believe I've been waiting for like 13 months now. I'm really in trouble now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and file a lawsuit.
Yeah, we should give a lawsuit. And you asked for the discount, and I gave you a big discount. So check out the email and let me know, and I'll send you over the contract.
All right, I'll just reply to the email. I hope to get it fast because I'm really in trouble. I can't wait after December.
Well, it's going to take at least 2 or 3 months for the lawsuit to work.
It's like 60 days, right?
60 days plus service, so probably 75 days.
Yeah. For my green card took like until get it in hand took like 42 days.
So maybe we'll get lucky.
Yeah. So this is just draft document and it's not worth it. It's just like it's going to be just for 1 year. It can be like 2 years. So we saw them just for 1 year. That's hard.
Thanks, Hero. I'll see you, buddy.
All right. Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, Huli, for letting me know where everyone's watching from. We got Baltimore in the house. Let's say hi to Franklin. Hi, Franklin.
Hi, Jim.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Great. What's up?
I have a question. So, if a green card holder marries someone who is in status here in the United States, and the person gets out of status after the marriage and the green card application has been filed, does the other person need to be in status to be able to adjust if the case is approved?
So these cases make me nervous, right? So
Okay.
the best thing is for the beneficiary to try to stay in status up until the day of the green card interview. I've always followed that philosophy. I don't like to file it where the person's going to fall out of status, but we've had those cases approved. So I think the general rule is that as long as you're in status when you file, it'll carry over and you're okay. But it just makes me nervous.
Okay. Well, that was all I had to ask, Jim. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Thanks, Franklin. Yeah, so in case you can't see, I've got my HIL sweatshirt on. On the back, it says, "We fight for immigrants every day." That's our #1 core value. I made a TikTok today where I was getting pretty silly. I was interviewing myself for a marriage-based green card case. It's probably too long for TikTok. It was like 40 seconds, so I need to tighten it up a little bit. But I was trying to make a point about people not having good evidence when they go to their green card interview. All right. Let's see. We got Joe. Hi, Joe. Joe, you're on mute.
Oh, James, thank you for picking me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you, Joe. How you doing?
I'm doing better. Thank you for your time one more time. And
Sure.
permit me to stay off the camera. I have a quick question, please.
Okay.
I got my citizenship through a US citizen, okay? And she got into a trouble and she got sentenced, for like for let me say over for 2 decades right now. And we have an agreement like, okay, well, I can move on and get married to whoever I want, even though it wasn't an easy process or for her to really, make make that decision for herself. So my question is this: if I get married to another person right now, can I adjust a status for that person or not.
Wait, so you're the foreign national?
Yep,
Okay, and when did you come to the United States?
2015.
What kind of a visa?
F1.
Can you hold the phone up closer to your mouth? Did you say
Okay.
F1?
Yeah, F1.
And did you go to school? Did you graduate?
I used 2 semesters and I dropped out
Why?
because I couldn't. I had a partial scholarship that I couldn't. I wasn't able to pay for the rest of the semester. So
Why?
because my sponsor is not able to sponsor me at that moment anymore, and I couldn't work to pay the rest of the school fee.
Why couldn't they sponsor you anymore?
Yeah, business got business got shut down, and I wasn't able to receive any money. They were not able to send me more money.
Okay,
Well,
wait. So what country are you from?
Nigeria.
When did you go to the embassy to get your F1 visa? What was the date of that, or the approximate date of that?
You made a date?
When you got your student visa? Yeah, you went to get your student visa. What month and year did you get your student visa?
Oh, that was in June 2015.
And then when did you come to the United States?
I came in August 2015. No, yeah, August. I got my visa in May, and I came in August.
And when did you start going to school? I mean, when did you stop going to school? Sorry.
Yeah, I stopped in 2016 November, like after my second semester.
So you completed 2 semesters.
Yeah, I came for my master degree though, so it was
Yeah.
just a 3 semester.
Okay. And then once you stopped going to school, you didn't leave the United States.
No,
And then eventually you got married to someone. We'll call her Anne. You got married to Anne, okay?
yes sir.
When did you marry Anne?
2016.
While you were still in school or after school?
Yeah, after school. That was in December. We got married in December.
And Anne was a U.S. citizen?
Yes sir.
And Anne filed an I-130 petition and you filed a 485?
Yeah.
And what happened to that application?
Yeah, everything was successful, and I'm a citizen right now.
Oh, you're a citizen. Okay. All right.
Right now. Yeah. So the question I'm asking is, she got into a trouble, and she's in prison right now. I mean, my wife.
What'd she get in trouble for?
She got trouble for for a murderer.
Murder?
Yeah.
Oh, well, but not immigration fraud, right? Just murder.
No.
Okay. All right. So she's in the big house for murder.
Yeah.
And you're getting divorced, or you are divorced?
Yeah. I'm getting divorced, and we agreed to do that.
Okay. And when do you think you'll file for divorce?
Anytime now. I'm just the one waiting on it. Anytime.
Okay. So, but it isn't on file yet.
No, it's not yet filed.
Okay. And the question is, if you get divorced, can you marry someone from back home and bring them to the United States? Is that what you want to know?
Yeah, from anywhere. Like if she's an immigrant as well, even over here, if she's an immigrant, can I also fight for that person as an immigrant?
Yeah. Do you have any? Do you know such a person, or is this someone that you're just thinking about? You might meet sometime in the future, and you just want to know.
Yeah, maybe somebody. I don't have anyone yet, so I'm just considering the fact. Like somebody was telling me I have to wait for another 5 years or so. I was like, no, I'm gonna ask you.
Now, once you have your citizenship, you don't have to wait anymore.
Okay.
If you were doing this like right after you got the conditions removed or something, that's a problem. If you're a green card holder, that's a problem. But once you're a citizen, it's okay. Now, the one thing I would have in the back of my mind, any chance that immigration, they go see your wife in the prison and they say, hey, we know that you're here for a long time on this murder charge. We want to ask you a question. Was your marriage to Joe, was it real or was it fake? Do you have any concern about anything she might say?
No, I have no concern.
Okay. Yeah, then go for it. Yeah. Now, the one thing I would say is if if the person that you end up marrying now is someone that you knew back home in Nigeria, that's going to be a harder case to get approved than if it's some new person that you meet who's not from Nigeria or who you didn't know back in Nigeria. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So I would say go find someone who you don't know yet, if that makes sense.
Okay, okay. Thank
All
you
right.
for that advice. Yeah, and can I ask one more question, please?
Of course.
Yeah, probably you might be the one actually, handling the case because one of my friend, his marriage is getting rocky right now with his wife, and he has his I-751, with the USCIS already, and probably maybe they're gonna get divorced while the I-751, is still with the USCIS.
Yeah.
If they get divorced, does it need to have the I-751 removed, like you always said? Then it would need to file it solo, right?
That's what we like to do. There is a way, allegedly, where you can convert it, but those are messy. And we think it's cleaner to get a new solo one ready, make it even stronger than the joint, get it on file, and then withdraw the joint. That's the way we like to do it.
Okay. Okay. That was all. Thank you for your time, James. May God
Bye,
bless
Joe.
you. I
Good luck,
appreciate
buddy.
it. Yes, sir.
See ya. Well, I don't know that we've had a spouse go to the big house on murder before. I don't think I wasn't expecting him to say that. I thought it might be, drunk driving or something, but man, that's rough. All right, let's say hi to Heba. Hi, Heba.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? Me too. Okay. Uh, it's a long story. I want to explain it. I am here on America on visit visa B1, B2 since December, 5 December, last 5 December. And then I convert my visa. I applied to convert to student visa, but I didn't get the answer yet.
Well, who told you could do that? Why did you do that? That was a bad idea.
Uh, why it's bad idea?
Because you haven't been able to change from a B1, B2 to an F1 for like 5 years. That doesn't work anymore.
Oh, really?
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. They told me that's the best way to stay legal on United States.
Who's they?
I asked you lawyer. I asked lawyer.
My lawyer?
No, not
No.
not yours. Another lawyers, Arabic lawyers
Did
actually.
the lawyer charge you to do the change of status from B1 to F1?
No, I just asked. I didn't make the. I made it by myself, and I asked the college, the community college. They told me yes, you can, and I just did that.
When did you file that, Heba?
When
Mm-hmm.
March,
March of 22,
yeah, March 22.
and you're still waiting.
Yeah, I am still waiting.
Did you get a request for evidence or anything?
Actually, yeah. They request me evidence.
What, they want a new I-20?
A new I-20, a new bank account, a new address, a lot of things, and I send it.
Okay, so what's the question?
The question, can I travel from my state to other state like Puerto Rico or on my passport, on my Jordanian passport?
I think you can travel within the United States. I wouldn't go to Puerto Rico.
No, Puerto Rico.
What?
I can go to Puerto Rico.
No, I wouldn't go to Puerto Rico. I wouldn't get on a plane. I wouldn't leave the continental U.S. I would stay within the United States.
Is Puerto Rico not include U.S.?
Legally, yes, but physically, no. What happens if the plane has to land somewhere?
Yeah. Okay.
You're barely here. You're barely
Yes.
in the United States. You're this close to being in big trouble. So I wouldn't do anything to make that.
But if it was everything okay, if I want direct travel from St. Louis to Puerto Rico, nothing will happen. It's okay, right?
I can't guarantee that.
Yeah, I understand. I have another question. I get engaged to someone. He has a green card. Can he apply me now, or he should get the passport first, the
How long
citizenship?
has he had his green card?
I think a long time, for years. He can apply for passport now, but
Then
he
he
wanna
should.
apply it.
He should. I mean,
But
the one thing you could do is he could file the I-130 for you now.
he can do it.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then also apply for citizenship, and then you might be okay.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Because the people says he can't before he getting the citizenship.
Well, the people are idiots. Stop listening to the people. Talk to lawyers, and you should get our
Yeah.
help. You should get our help because you're barely here. He needs to get his citizenship. You guys need help so that nothing goes wrong.
Yeah, I understand now. So do you have idea how long it's need to take work authorization, me, if he apply me now?
He can't. He could in theory apply now for work authorization for you because you're still in status. So you could do the I-130 and the 485 all at once. So maybe 6 months.
6 months. So he couldn't apply me because I am on change of status?
He could, but again, I'm not saying that for sure without looking at everything. I want to talk to everybody. I want to see all the
Can
paperwork.
okay. I understand now. I need your number where I can find it, or
Sure.
the office number.
Yeah. So here, it's right there. It's 314-961-8200.
Yeah, I took screenshot. This is
Okay.
perfect.
Thanks,
Thank
Heba.
you.
Okay.
Talk to you
Maslama.
later.
Okay.
Masalama. Thank you.
All right. That was Heba. She had lots of good questions. Sometimes I feel like I'm a law school professor just helping people sort out their stuff. But she seemed nice. That looked like a Chick-fil-A to me. Did you guys think that was Chick-fil-A? I don't know. Let's say hi to Sayful. Hi, Sayful.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I have one question.
Go for it.
Okay. If somebody have running the I-130 processing, so at the same time they can cross illegal to United States from Mexico.
Why the hell would they do that? Why would they do that?
It's just question come to my mind because a lot of friends they go already. Now they're in USA and Canada.
Yeah, but they don't have any status and they're putting themselves at risk. Why would, if you have an I-130 pending, why not just let it play itself out and then come legally?
So if I do that illegal, so what will the immigration reaction with me?
They'll put you in removal.
So they will deport me, right?
They'll try.
No, I don't need to try. Just I want to ask question.
I'm saying they will try. They will try to deport you. Not you should try. Don't try that. No, don't try that.
So it's better that I'm waiting for my legal process, right?
Yes, always. Thanks, Sayful. All right, let's say hi to Claudia. Hi, Claudia. You're on mute. Can you hear me, Claudia? She's out of here. Let's say hi to Ermi. Hi, Ermi.
Hi, Jack. How are you?
Good.
Thank you so much to pick it up me. So I have one question.
Go for it.
So I'm US citizen
Okay.
and I apply for my husband is I-130 in it's been 9 months. But if it's Environment Service Center, but I did not get yet approval.
Sure. It's going to be probably 3 or 4 more months. Is he overseas?
I mean, yeah, he's in another country. He's in Bangladesh.
Yeah, so probably 3 more months, 3 or 4 more months before the I-130 is approved.
Okay, do I have to do anything?
Just wait.
But okay, so there's no benefit for US citizenship?
No, they're just slow.
Okay, so I cannot do anything, right?
Not until it's a year, I would say.
Yes, 9 months.
Yeah, I'd say 3 more months.
3 more months?
Then call me back.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, Omri.
Thank you
See
so
ya.
much. Bye.
All right. Let's say hi to Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Jim.
How are you?
I'm okay. Thank you. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
Nothing. So I'm just calling because I have a question. I My husband petitioned for me and my two daughters for I-485, I-30. So we have the receipt date on November 1st. We get the interview on July 11th for me and my two daughters, 20 and 16. After 1 week, I got approved. My old daughter got approved, and since July 11, we waiting for my young daughter, 16 years old.
Such idiots. What embassy is
Yes,
this?
no, that's Newark.
Oh, Newark field office.
That's Newark field office. She's 16. She's in high school, and every time we check, it's just on the reviewer, like a scheduled to be reviewed or something like that on her I-485. The I-130 was approved for three of us. Everything was approved. I sent the request by email, and they sent an email back maybe 2 days ago.
Oh, I think we lost her. I was trying to figure out when they filed. Did anybody hear when she said she filed? All right. Well, we'll maybe come back to Amy if she comes back on screen. All right. Who's in the waiting room? Let me see your faces. If you're on, I will pull you up. Looks like there's some kind of debate going on in the comments. Aiken's here. Hi, Aiken.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm sorry. I'm working. That's why. So, thank you for picking me today.
Sure.
Yes. I have a case that I want to ask for your opinion. I-751 was filed for my removal of condition in December 2020. Then the fingerprint was reused in March of 2021. The case was transferred to an office that has jurisdiction in October 2021. And 2 days after, it was transferred to another office. One was transferred to MBC. Second one was transferred to an office with jurisdiction. Then December of 2021, it says interview will be scheduled for the 751. So I waited, no interview. So in January, January 2022, I filed for N400. And when I filed for the N400, the biometrics was also reused in February of this year. So sometimes in September, I filed for out of processing time. So I didn't get a response until last month, November. So when I got the call from the USCIS officer, he explained to me that an interview has been scheduled. So a week after, I got a letter to come for interview next week. So then he told me that my 751 is not with the Dallas office, and I need to reach out to the office so that the office will transfer my case. So he tried to do that for me, but he said he could not. So he actually booked an appointment for me today to go to the office. So I got to the office, met with an officer today, and the officer was not helpful at all. He said I need to give him the name of the officer that booked the appointment for me and his number.
Assholes.
And the officer will be the one to transfer my case. So I said, I do not have the officer's name. And he said he will not be able to help me. And so he was asking me a question, did I meet my wife? And how long have we gotten married? So I explained to him, I have an interview next week for the N400. So he said he could not see that the 751 is in Dallas.
And the N400 interview notice is for Dallas.
Is for Dallas.
So just real quick, Aiken, let me pause for a minute. Just make sure everybody's listening to what Aiken's saying. This is the level of incompetence at USCIS that we're dealing with every single day. My man filed his 751 on time. He waited a full 2 years. He asked them, hey, what's going on with my case? He put in a service request. He talks to an officer. The officer says, boy, I don't know. Your file doesn't look like, your 751 file doesn't look like it's on its way to Dallas. Your N400 interview is coming up, but they can't adjudicate your N400 if your 751 hasn't been decided. We don't know where your 751 is. It ain't in Dallas. Go down there to Dallas to talk to somebody who knows something to see if they can request your 751. So my man takes a day off work. He goes to the Dallas field office. He said, hey, my case has been pending for a really long time. I've got this NATS interview next week. I'm trying to do you guys a favor. I'm trying to help you do your fucking jobs because you don't know where your files are. And I'm telling you a week ahead of time that you don't have your act together. And instead of saying, thank you, Aiken, thanks for telling us what morons we are, my man gets all uppity and says, I want to know the name of that officer so I can tell him what's what. And who does he think he is sending Aiken in here to tell us that we don't know what we're doing about where our file is? Are you fucking kidding me? This agency is a goddamn joke. It's a goddamn joke. And Biden says, oh, we're going to make it better. Alejandro Mayorkas says, we care about immigrants. Fuck you.
Right.
It's ridiculous. This is what immigrants are having to deal with every single day because these clowns can't do their job. They don't know where their files are. They made him take a whole day off work now he's going to go a week from now, take another day off work. And you know what they're going to say? You know what they're going to say? They're going to say, oh, sorry, Aiken, you'll never believe it. But guess what? Your 751 file isn't here. And you're going to say, I know. I came down last week to tell you fools that.
Right.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
So the officer told me that I should hold on to the interview, that the officer will be the only one to request for the 751 to be transferred to the office. So he said if I have given him the name of the officer that gave me the appointment, he will be able to chat with the officer and he will tell him where the file is and he will request it to be transferred.
So was this, I've been to the Dallas field office. Was this at the downstairs or was this
downstairs?
Upstairs?
Yeah, downstairs.
And I hope, Aiken, that you got the name of the moron that you spoke to today.
No.
Okay. So Aiken, life lesson for the rest of your life in America. If you're talking to a service person at Target, if you're talking to an immigration officer on the 1-800 number, if you're talking to an officer at the field office, you always get their name. You always get their name. It's if you don't get their name, it's almost as if you didn't talk to them, as evidenced by the way this moron reacted today, right? So I'm not mad at you or anything, but I'm just saying for everybody watching, whenever you talk to USCIS, they're going to say, my name's Officer Johnson. I'm badge number 2784536. They're going to say it as fast as they can so you don't write it down. So your job is to slow them down. So I would go a half hour early to my naturalization interview, and I'd watch that damn window, and I'd figure out if I could identify who that fool was that you talked to today, and then get their name before you go into your N400. So you can say, look, ISO, who's interviewing me on my N400, I came down last week and I talked to Johnson 67843 last week. And instead of getting off his ass and doing something and ordering my 751 to get transferred after waiting 2 years, he just passed the buck and said, he's going to leave it for you. Ridiculous.
So there is nothing for me to do. I have to just wait, you know.
and show up with your spouse. Show up with your spouse at the N400.
Yeah, the guy was not nice. It was very terrible, and
I believe you.
Yeah,
I believe you.
And you know, after attending to one person, he closes the window and goes away. Walks away for like 3-5 minutes. You know, we sat down for about 45 minutes in front of the window, and he attended to just 2 people before me.
Yeah.
So
and people wonder why we're having delays at immigration. No sense of urgency, no sense of hustle. You're a bother to him. How dare I'm going to find out who sent your butt down here. It's terrible. I would say try to get his name.
Okay.
When you go to your interview, get down the officer for that interview's name, because you're going to be sending them a letter and saying, I don't know why my 751 file's there. I don't know what else I can do. I did everything right. I paid every fee. I checked every box. I filled out every form. I submitted every piece of evidence you morons asked for. 751s used to take 2 or 3 months. Now it takes 2 years because of bullshit like this. So you need to start documenting things, and you need to start taking names so that you can kick ass.
Okay. Thank you.
Hang in there. Let me know, Aiken. I'm very interested to hear what happens when you show up at your N400, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye, buddy. Oh, sorry I lost my temper, everybody. But take names. Very important. Thanks, Hooli. That's right. Always take names. Let's go back to Amy. Amy, I hope your daughters weren't around when I was cussing.
So yeah, my question. I'm sorry because I was just looking at my email.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, they were just saying that the I-485 is pending adjudication or something like that. And I get another email saying that, oh, the I-130 is out of processing time. But she got her I-30 a long time ago. The case is closed. Everything is closed. Sorry.
When was the 485 filed?
We filed November 1st.
What year?
2021, sorry.
So it's been about a year.
Yeah. And we got the interview on July 11th.
Yeah, I mean, unless your daughter really, really needs it, I'd wait another 6 months, and then I might sue them about it. I don't know if you want to spend the money for a kid's green card. I don't know if she needs it.
Yeah, I know.
I might just wait. I mean,
yeah.
But this is typical of them. They love to approve like 1 or 2 people, but not everybody.
Yeah, we were just saying maybe they lost, I don't know, the file, or maybe they forgot somewhere, because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, what probably happened is they probably sent all 3 files back, but only clicked approve on 2 of them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, so we should just wait.
I would, unless you want to spend $5,000 to get her a green card. But hopefully, if she doesn't need it, I'd wait 6 or 8 months, and then I'd sue them.
Okay, no problem.
Thanks, Amy.
You.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
See ya. All right, that was Ms. Amy. Let's say hi to Jody. Jody, are you with us?
Yes, I am. My mic was off. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate your work that you do.
Sure.
Let me just give you a brief synopsis of what's going on. I got married to my husband about 3 years now, and we put the file together and we sent it off, and they sent back the file. They were requesting like a self-sufficiency form at the time. Honestly, we weren't aware of what that was, but apparently the Trump administration had came out with this thing that you have to prove, like I would have to send in my qualifications just to see that I'm not going to become a burden to, society. But I wasn't aware of that. So because we weren't aware, we just sent back the package as is. Then they sent us a letter requesting that specific form. And that's when we found out that that's what they were requesting. So we followed the instructions in the letter, got the form filled out, attached everything, send it back, and then my file came back. So the whole file. So then what I did was I just copied I did have a copy of what I had sent them. So what I did was to just open the package, put that information in, and sent it off quickly by express. To was it Washington? I don't remember. To their Dropbox. So that was in 2020. In May 2021, they sent a denial notice to me saying that they're denying the I-485. Did I
Yeah.
get that right?
Yep.
On the premise of my birth paper not being in English, and that is it the I-40 form that shows how you enter the country?
The I-94.
Yes, they said that is missing, and my birth paper is not in English. Mind you, I'm Jamaican, so it's impossible for it to be in any other language. But that's the reason why they denied it.
Yeah.
So I got a lawyer because in the letter they say that I can ask for a motion to reconsider. And the lawyer went ahead and did that for me like a week after I got that notice. That was in May. In August, I got a mail to do my biometrics. I'm like, although they deny this, I'm going to go and do the biometrics because I got it. So I went ahead and I did it. My lawyer was still trying to reach out to them to see if it is that they're going to reopen the case or, what's going on. In December, they went cold after August, and I did the biometrics. In December, they said that they're denying my I-130 because I didn't show up for my interview. Mind you, no letter was sent, no email, no portal was updated whatsoever. When I called them, they said that it would appear as if the agent said that it appears as if it might be an administrative error. But you just have to follow whatever they said. So my lawyer went ahead and filed a motion to reconsider for the I-130 also. And then radio silence. In May of 2022, I got the portal updated saying that they're reconsidering my case, and then they reopened my case in June.
Which one? The 45, the I-130, or both?
Both. Up until that time, even now, I haven't received a work permit or anything. I haven't received anything.
Mm-hmm.
So in July, they scheduled an interview for us. And we went on the interview. And Jim, that interview went well.
Why?
All right. So when we went in for the interview, the officer that came out, he didn't seem happy. Like he was kind of like aggressive from the moment he said good morning. It was aggressive. And then he took us around to the office. We sat down and he was like, are you planning to try to take over the government? Like questions like that. That was on the file. That was on the form that we filled out and take no to. After we answered those questions, he told me to basically I need to get up and leave the room because he's going to interview us separately. Now, while they were interviewing my husband, my mom and my kids back home, he's familiar with them, but like my aunts and uncles, and I don't even talk to them. So he was drilling him about that. And he's like, I just don't have any answers for you because we don't. She doesn't, so I wouldn't. And then he blundered also because he said that he was starting to panic because it seems as if he is not, like he's trying to make it seem as if he's not connected to me at all. So he asked him a series of questions, of which, yes, he did lie. He did. About it, yeah, of which he shouldn't. He should have just told the truth because it's like simple.
Wait, hold on. So which field office is this?
Jacksonville.
So they separate you and things start going poorly. He goes first and he's the U.S. citizen.
Yes.
He starts saying, I don't know things about like aunts and uncles because she doesn't talk to those people.
Mm-hmm.
But then you said, so I'm okay with getting things wrong, but then what's the part about lying? Tell me about that.
Because they asked him if the joint account that we have, if that's where his salary goes to, and he says yes, which is not true. He had an account that his money was going to, and when he tried to initially get me onto that account, they didn't allow me onto it. I'm not sure if it's because I think it was because I didn't have a social security.
Yeah.
So there was a bank that I could open an account as like international account, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we open that account. So when he gets paid, he uploads we put the money there. I do my shopping, blah, blah, blah. I think that was simple. I don't think anything is wrong with that. But he was saying that because he couldn't answer about my family and the closeness and all of that, he was trying to appear, I don't know what he was thinking.
So hold on 1 second. Just let's take a deep breath for a minute. Okay. If my wife were here, who's just the wonderful immigration attorney, she'd be all over you right now, because she would say, Jody, saying that your husband lied is a really big thing to say. So don't say that. Right?
Okay.
First of all, you're not him. Right? And second of all, if anybody lied, we have big serious problems beyond all the other stuff that you told us about your case. So for everybody, we want to be very careful. Like, we used to have this associate who would come running into Amani's office or running into my office, and she would say, this client raped somebody, or this client lied to somebody. And, you can't make those jumps unless you're 100% sure, and you should try to avoid making those jumps if at all possible. So the way I would frame what you've told me, if it's true, and I'd want to talk to your husband, and I certainly don't want to talk about it on camera right now, the way I would frame that is that I was a little bit confused, and I still am a bit confused about the exact chronology of how we set up our bank accounts. I certainly wasn't trying to lie to the immigration officer. I got flustered after he was grilling me, or she was grilling me on the cousins and the aunts and uncles. And, I was trying to explain how we do our finances, and I might have been a little bit sloppy in like where my money goes first and where it goes after. Now, it's a problem, and especially if it's inconsistent with you, and it's especially if you come in and say, oh no, he's all wrong. Right. So I'm going to let you keep going but do you understand sort of the point?
Right. I understand. Right. So, when he just simply asked the question of, where does the money go? And I just simply answered, and he was like, okay. But when we were done, right, and he was super aggressive with him, and he was aggressive with me also, which is fine. Well, not fine, but but at the end of the interview, he said that on my medical, the doctor didn't tick a box.
Mm-hmm.
So because they didn't do that, what happens is that I might have to do it over, and then he will write me, and that was since July.
And nothing
since. No.
Jesus Christ, what a nightmare. So just to be clear, when did you file the I-130 and 45 originally?
That was in December 2020.
So you've been waiting 2 years. So in theory, you should be halfway through your conditional green card right now. Like you've put in your time. Now, it sounds like you guys made some mistakes at the beginning. Sounds like they've made some mistakes. Did a lawyer go to the interview with you?
No, she said the money we paid didn't cover that. All it does is just for her to file the.
Okay. You absolutely should have had an attorney there. This was bound to be a Stokes interview. We know that you were going to be separated, and you needed a lawyer there to take notes when your husband was answering, when you were answering. So if they come back later and say that you guys were lying, that attorney's notes can be used to refute them saying that you lied. And also officers are half as aggressive when there's a lawyer there, because a good lawyer is not going to put up with that. So I would not have filed motions to reopen all this stuff. I would have said, too bad, so sad, we're withdrawing this stuff and we're starting all over. And I still feel that right now, Joe. I still feel like right now, what I'd like if money were no object and I were in charge of the world, I'd want to talk to you and your spouse, and I'd also want to do a FOIA to get a copy of the file. But this is a huge mess.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Can you help?
Yeah, we can help. I mean, we can help. Let's go ahead and send an email to the office, info@hackinglawpractice.com. Tell them that you were on the show with me. Ask them to forward your email to me. Do you still have a copy of everything?
Should.
Don't be sad. Don't be sad. We can fix all this. We can fix this.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Hang in there. So don't forget, everybody, Florida, Miami, the meanest, then Orlando, then Jacksonville. These are, I believe, other than Denver, these are the harshest immigration offices in the country. Somebody said it. I mean, first of all, Rocio nails it. Rocio knows my thinking. Should have refiled everything. I agree with that. But here's the comment that I liked. TM says, today's show should be titled USCIS Ridiculousness. That should be the title of every show. But I have to agree with that one. All right. And they definitely should have had a lawyer. TM knows what's what. All right. Sophia's walking around making me a little bit dizzy. So I'm going to say hi.
Hi. Sorry, I'm working.
That's all right. How you doing?
Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Tio. I am good. So
Welcome.
I have a few quick questions. I am in process of filing mommies and daddies I-130, and I have a question. So when you're petitioning, I am going through these questionnaires myself, and I am hand filling it to make sure that mistakes are not made. Because trust me, when I paid lawyers to get my I-130 and my I-751, there were mistakes on them. And back then I said I should consider myself a dummy. Now I have grown with you being my best friend in immigration. I am not making those mistakes again. I'm sorry. Okay. So here's the question. On the I-130, daddy is self-employed. I should say mommy and daddy also have B1, B2 visa. I also have a copy of their DS-160, which doesn't carry much information on it, actually, because I've been reading it with my I's and my T's. So on that I-130, where it says employment history for mommy and daddy. Mommy is a housewife, homemaker. Should I put housewife or homemaker and put her home address there, or what should I do with that question?
That's fine.
That's fine. So put her as a housewife and put the address, case closed.
Yep.
And for daddy, who is self-employed, he is a rice farmer and a cattle rearer. Should I put that and put his home address on it too?
Sure.
And the next question that goes with that, my daddy has his business elsewhere from where we presently live. So all concerning documents, when we went in years ago for our B1, B2 visa, they were aware that, all these things that daddy has is somewhere else compared to the address where we live. But everything on their DS-160, I think it's called, the form, everything was done at the present address where they have been residing forever and amen right now. So I should keep the address as is. Don't confuse anything about, his rice and his cattle rearing is at a different address from where he actually resides.
Just tell the truth. Don't worry about trying to match things to the DS-160.
Okay. Next question. What evidence should be submitted with my parents' I-130, because I am sending all birth certificates of all our siblings, my siblings, their birth certificates, their marriage certificates. Is there anything else I need to give up? Also, I am sending a copy of their DS-160, a copy of their biographic page in their passport that carries their visa in it. Wait.
Why are you sending the DS-160?
I don't know. I'm just giving it to them, so they're not gonna be on the royal runaround looking for stuff.
No.
Okay.
Don't send them things they don't ask for.
Okay. So tell me what to send them.
Just for the record, having Jim as your best friend isn't the same thing as having a lawyer fill out your paperwork, right? Or do I get that. I'm just hand filling this for right now. I haven't started. I'm just gathering my evidence and asking questions as I go. What should I send on this with this I-130? What should I? My only question, the family stuff all sounds good. My question is, for the birth certificates, were those generated at or around the time of people's births, or were they generated much later? Especially yours. Yours is the one I care about.
Mine is generated. I was born in a private hospital back home, so it was generated at the time of my birth.
Perfect. So you're good. I'd send in some kid pictures and stuff of you little with them, but not much. You don't need a lot.
Okay. Also, my parents were married after my 18th birthday, so I think I have a clue what I'm putting on that question. Where it says, were your parents married at the time of your birth? No, mine is no. It's after my 18th birthday. I'm sending their birth certificate and marriage certificate. You said send some pictures.
Wait. Hold on. You said your parents got married after your 18th birthday?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And that would reflect. So you said pictures, their birth certificate, marriage certificate, siblings' birth certificate. You said do not send them a copy of their visa or the biographic picture of
The
the
visa,
passport.
yeah, send them the visa and the stamp or the I-94, but don't send them the DS-160.
Okay, good. What was the last question? It was birth certificate. And for me, who went through a legal name change at the time of naturalization, they did ask, because I'm the one who's doing it for mommy and daddy. So would I need to send in like my N662 paper saying that, I am the one, I went through this legal naturalization and, I used a different name before?
Yeah, because that's the thing. That's the thing that you don't want them looking for, and they would have to go look for it. So yeah, I would submit that.
And I should send a copy. Should I send a copy also of my passport and my naturalization certificate?
Sure, can't hurt.
Okay, good. And I don't need my married and divorce certificate anywhere in that piece of evidence there. They don't need that. Because I'm trying to give them things that I know they can really say, oh, I need to go look for this. How did she get her naturalization?
I'm not a big believer in sending them shit they don't ask for. So be careful with that.
Okay.
Just
yes,
I
sir.
think you're good. All right, bye, Sophia.
Okay, good. Thank you. You too. Have a good day.
Okay, bye. All right, let's say hi to Claudia. Hi, Claudia.
Hi, Jim. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Are you hearing me clearly? Not bad. I'm calling from Jamaica.
How are you?
I have a question. Not bad. I'm at work though. I have a question. My son's father, who is a permanent resident, a petition for him, January 2021. He's under 21, going to school, about to go into college. Now I need to know, I want to plan and project. Should I register him for university in Jamaica now? Based on the projection, what do you think?
Well,
This early 2021.
When did Dad file for him?
Early 2021, about January, somewhere thereabout.
And when does Sonny Boy graduate from high school?
Well, he'll be leaving high school June 2023.
And
to go off to college.
Has the I-130 been approved?
No, it's still in process.
So the I-130 has been pending for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And so the question is, should you plan for him going to school in the fall of 2023 in Jamaica or in the United States? That's the question.
In Jamaica, because I know I cannot do a student visa because they will not allow it, right?
Right. But what I'm saying is, I think you should plan for both. I just, there's no way of knowing. But I mean, if it isn't approved now, it's probably not going to get approved until January. And then you're talking about waiting for consular processing. So I think you're still about a year away from him coming.
Okay. So go ahead and register him for university in Jamaica.
I would.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need to know. Thanks much.
Bye, Claudia. You got it. All right, everybody. That'll do it for today's show. That'll do it for this week's show. We'll be back on Monday at 4 o'clock. Don't forget, next week we switch to our new schedule, which is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 4 p.m. every day. We'll be going for the full hour. Next week, I think I'm doing all 4 shows, I think. Yeah, we should be doing all 4 shows next week. I will be here on Monday with Hooli. Thanks for all the great comments. This was one heck of a show. I really need to not cuss so that we can cut those things when I get mad. But that case really, a couple of cases really made me upset. So What a joke. What a joke agency. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you on Monday.